Welcome to day 7 of the In Her Image podcast. I am so glad that you are continuing on this exploration of the Proverbs 31 woman and what it means to reflect God's image in our daily lives. Today's verse reminds us of the power of consistency in our relationships. We're diving into how we can bring goodness to those around us, just as the Proverbs 31 woman does. Our verse for today is from Proverbs 31:12, where it reads, "She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life." This verse calls us to embody a steady, intentional commitment to goodness, kindness, and positivity in our relationships. Let's take a closer look at how we can apply this wisdom in our lives. In this verse, we see a woman whose commitment to goodness is evident in her actions. The phrase, all the days of her life, suggests that goodness isn't just a reaction or a sporadic gesture, but a consistent choice she makes every day. She doesn't just bring her husband good when it's easy, she does so throughout her entire life, regardless of the circumstances. This kind of goodness is intentional, grounded in her desire to uplift and encourage others. This verse challenges us to reflect on how we show up in our relationships. It's not about pretending everything's perfect, but about consistently choosing kindness, patience, and love. Goodness isn't a passive trait. It's an active choice that shapes the atmosphere around us. Whether it's in our family relationships, friends, or in the workplace, we have the power to influence the environment by choosing to act with goodness. In times of frustration or difficulty, this can be especially challenging, yet it is in those moments that our commitment to goodness shines the brightest. The Proverbs 31 woman teaches us that even when things are difficult, we can choose to respond with kindness and patience. The consistency is what strengthens relationships and creates a lasting impact on those around us. Just like the Proverbs 31 woman, we have the opportunity to build relationships that are defined by goodness. Our actions, words, and attitudes can create a ripple effect, spreading positivity and hope to others. It's about creating an atmosphere of love, acceptance, and encouragement, one that mirrors the intentional care God has for His creation. God is the ultimate example of consistent goodness. From the very beginning, He created the world and declared it to be good. Each day of creation, He intentionally shaped the world to be a place where life could thrive and flourish. His goodness is not sporadic. It is steady, purposeful, and filled with intention. He designed the world to be good, and He continues to pour His goodness into the lives of His people. As women made in God's image, we are called to reflect this goodness. Just as God's creation was full of life and purpose, we are to cultivate relationships that reflect these same qualities. Our words, our actions, and attitudes have the power to bring light into the lives of those around us. Just as God brought goodness into the world, we too can bring goodness into our relationships by being intentional, kind, and encouraging. To live in her image is to mirror God's goodness in how we interact with others. Just as God brought life and beauty to His creation, we are called to design our interactions to uplift, encourage, and bring peace. This doesn't mean avoiding difficulties, but choosing to respond with hope, patience, and kindness. Just as God chose to create a good and beautiful world, we can choose to bring goodness into our lives and the lives of others. Our reflection question for today is, how does cultivating goodness in your relationships strengthen your connection with others? Take a moment to reflect on your relationships and consider where you can bring more goodness and hope. Is there a moment where you can choose kindness, patience, or encouragement? Whether it's in your family, at work, or with friends, choose one action today to bring light and goodness into someone's life. It doesn't have to be a big gesture. Sometimes it's the small, consistent acts of kindness that make the biggest difference. Thank you for joining me for day 7 of the In Her Image podcast. I hope today's message has inspired you to reflect on how you can consistently bring goodness into your relationships. Remember, your actions, no matter how small, can create an environment of positivity and hope for those around you. If today's episode inspired you, please leave a review, share it with a friend, and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going. I'd love to hear how you're applying these insights in your life. Reach out to me on social media or leave a comment below. I'll see you tomorrow.